Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today is a special video. We're going to be talking about how to get a supercar for absolutely nothing. How to make sure your assets pay for something like this. And Nick, where are we today?
Lamborghini.
We're at Lamborghini. He's given it away already. In fact, it's probably in the thumbnail. You probably already knew we were at Lamborghini. Nick, do you want to do some B-roll? I think you probably, yeah, he wants to do some B-roll. Let's do some B-roll and then let's go and meet the sales guys. Let's talk about all the figures. Let's work out how much these are per month, how many properties you're going to need in order to be able to afford one, and we'll get into the detail. But first of all, let's get some B-roll of these beautiful machines. Let's go, guys. So guys, welcome to Lamborghini in Pangbourne. Absolutely fantastic to be here. I've been on the phone to Max earlier on today. I think we're gonna have a quick chat with him in a minute, just about how much these cost per month. And he gave me some very interesting statistics about the clients that they have here. 60% of them invest in property. He reckons somewhere in that region. So it's a very, very interesting statistic that people are buying properties in order to be able to pay for these sort of toys. It's exactly what I preach on this channel. It's exactly why I've got 13 properties. It's exactly why I invest. Because if you want to have toys like this, you need to have somebody else paying for them. So guys, let's go and have a chat with him. Let's go into some detail about how much per month these cars are going to cost you. And then we can work out exactly how many properties we're going to need, both HMOs, single lets, whereabouts in the country, what the best value we can possibly get in order to be able to get one of these from passive income. Come on. It is. How you doing, buddy? You're right.
Good. You okay?
Good. Very well. Yeah, we were just talking. We were just saying that. Are we filming?
Yep.
We are. Okay, cool. Do you mind?
Okay.
Do you mind being filmed? Fantastic. So yeah, we were just talking about your clients and what percentage of them were property investors. Because as you know, as we spoke on the phone, I invest in property. It's what I do. I've also got some businesses. I own a company called Go Green Taxis that you probably know. So I co-own that company. We also own a fast food chain, an accountancy business, a building company, a few other things.
What colour do you want?
All of them. And interestingly, I was just sort of saying to our viewers that, you know, most people who buy toys like this, you have to leverage other money in order to do that, right? And you were saying that most people either invest in property or, I'm guessing, are business owners, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them are business owners.
Yeah.
And then from that business, from that money, they've then bought property.
Yeah.
So that's the majority, and then...
Which is my story, right? Started a business,
yeah, exactly.
and then
what then happens is then stop the business, and the property is then what they then...
takes over. Yeah.
So that's a huge majority of our
What would you put it as a percentage, just out of interest? 60%.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's very unlikely that somebody walks through that door and hasn't got two properties.
Right.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
Way of the world. And
it is what it is, right? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk to us about some of these cars. Tell us roughly how much they're going to cost, what the monthlies are going to be. Because ultimately, I'm guessing almost everybody who buys one of these will be buying it on monthly, right?
Yeah, I think it's about 70%.
70%?
Yeah, from here.
And again, that's for cash flow reasons, right? And I'm sure
I would have thought so. I mean, to be honest.
Get the houses, pay for them.
Finance is quite cheap.
Very cheap.
At the end of the day. And
Yeah.
as we were talking about on the phone earlier, if you can, you know, rent a house out and it's £1 a month, £2 a month or whatever, and your rent's only 500 a month, that's space to have fun money.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
Only live once.
So talk to me about one of these cars, or any of your choice. What's the best car in here? What's the most expensive? What's the nicest?
They all range massively.
Yeah.
So, you know, the white one behind you is the most expensive. That's 425.
425.
Price point. So, finance-wise, that is quite expensive because of
£4 a month, £5 a month.
It depends on your deposit.
40k down, 10%.
So if let's say you're putting in 100 grand, it's still going to be £3.5 to £4 a month.
Right.
So it's quite a large amount.
Yeah.
Used car percentage at the moment is 6.9% to give you an
Okay.
idea.
Yeah.
All obviously examples.
Yeah.
Performante Spider this is, but if it's coupe Spider, they're currently sitting around 200 grand.
Okay.
So sitting around 200 grand, if it's sort of a 40k.
40k in, 20%.
I would expect £2 a month.
£2 a month.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
But it depends.
Yeah, no.
You know what it is. The Hurricane, for example, this one's a lovely example, low mileage, 64 plate at 140.
140.
And you'd expect
30 grand in
about,
1800? 1500?
Yeah,
£1,500 a month. That's one HMO, guys. Like, one of my properties in Didcot generates 1,800 net. So, you know, that alone would pay for that if I wanted it to. In perpetuity is the important thing. Exactly. It's that I could swap that in whenever I want, get another one, and that rental profit will always pay for it. And this is why we preach, we talk about making sure that you have the passive income to pay for the toys rather than paying for the toys out of the money that you make, because you've got to get that investment income coming through. So that's sort of the bargain basement Lamborghini, if you like. The basic.
I mean, obviously you can get Gallardos.
This is the one that caught my eye when I drove past, though. What's this?
It's a special edition Aventador SVJ. It's the same as the white car over there.
Okay.
But just a 63 version. So when they brought out Aventador SVJ,
yeah,
idea was to make a special edition 63 resembles the Lamborghini, obviously were born in 1963.
Ah,
so that's
okay.
You'll see Lamborghini use 63 all the time.
Okay.
And that's like their sort of signature in terms of special editions.
Yeah.
So 63 of those were made.
Cost?
It currently sits at 600,000
miles. 600k?
Yeah, it's 40 grand over its list price.
Wow.
So, but it looks incredible.
Mate, I was driving past and I didn't have to look in and see it, and it's the only car I saw. There was everything here, and that's the only car I saw last night when I drove past.
I think it's wicked. If you could have one car and build a house around your car.
Yeah.
You know, and to be honest, under £1 million, there isn't a car that gives as much road presence as that.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I can tell. It looks absolutely incredible. Yeah. And I've just saved £7 grand a month on my house, so.
Should have hit a car machine then.
Honestly, like we're going to do a little bit of a challenge on here, and we're going to be giving away an investment property. We're also going to be looking at how I can finance my next vehicle and what it should be. I'm going to get my viewers to vote on what they think I should have, and it's going to be a supercar of some sort, I am sure. But yeah, I want to make sure that we go through the whole process. We buy the property, we renovate the property, we get it rented out, and we use that money to pay for the toy. Because I think that is the lesson. That's what everybody should be doing. And I know that you said to me, actually, when we first spoke, that was what you were doing, right? That you got your first property already? Yeah. Going to get number 2 and then move on.
That's the aim.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So guys, I've just finished with Max. Absolutely fantastic. He's given us some really good insights. One of the things I want to show you is this car here. Now this car is a Performante. It was bought last year by one of his friends for £180,000. He actually managed to put 0 down as a deposit. Insane, right, Nick? Deposit was absolutely nothing. And the payments on it were about £3,000 a month. Today, because of the market, it's actually worth 20 grand more than he paid for it. So it's now in here for sale. It's a customer car, so we can't go in it really. And I haven't asked to be fair, but it's a customer car. 180 bought for, 3 grand a month. That gives us a really good baseline for when we're running our figures back at the whiteboard, because we can say that this is a 0 deposit car. He said if you put down 10%, 10 to 15%, something like that, you'd be looking at about 2 grand a month. So we can run the figures for that as well. But Nick, what do you think to that? You've been having a great time here, haven't you? So nice. And I'm sure the B-roll looked absolutely amazing.
Especially before the camera cut out.
Yeah, go on.
First question is, so what type of credit score do you need then to get this? Obviously, he put 0 deposit down, so surely his credit score...
What credit score does he need? He put 0 deposit down. Probably really good, mate, if I'm honest. I would say very good. You're going to have a really good track record of borrowing large amounts of money and paying it back. There's no question.
So what about
Second question.
Yours?
Mine, would I get that?
Yeah.
Probably. I've got track records of borrowing hundreds of thousands of pounds, millions of pounds, and always paying. So probably. Am I tempted? A little bit. Let's go and do the figures before I do anything silly, and then maybe we'll buy a couple more properties and then come back. Or maybe we'll just go to France, get that one really rocketing, and then maybe use that money. Guys, I'm probably going to end up with a Lambo if I stay here any longer. Let's go to the whiteboard right now. So guys, welcome back to the whiteboard. Welcome back to the office. We've just got back from Lamborghini. Did you enjoy that, Nick?
Oh man, that was sick.
Good fun, wasn't it? Hurricane. First of all, let's get straight into the figures. How much does it cost to own one of these dream machines? The Hurricane, the green one, the basic, as he put it, model, $1,300 to $1,800 a month, depending on the deposit. Not that much. Now, I understand, I'm not talking about maintenance, I'm not including all the other costs that come with owning these cars, But 1,300 to 1,800, I've got 3 HMOs in Didcot, all of which return more than 1,300 a month. Essentially, I could buy it 3 times over.
So let's do it then, why don't we?
We're going to invest a bit more first, Nick. The Performanti, 2k a month for 20k down, 3k with 0 down. You know, again, really, really quite affordable in terms of if you've got the investment income coming through.
That was the best one there.
That was the best. Nick's interrupting so much today, isn't he? Like, literally, you can tell he's buzzing about cars. Aventador S, we've got 4k with 30k down. I think that's pretty good, to be fair. That was the white car, mate. That was really, really, really quite an impressive machine. And then we've got the 63, 8k a month with 100k down. Now, I have to say, I'm not anywhere near that league right now. I feel uncomfortable looking at 8k a month after tax with 100k down. That seems like a lot of money. But I guess it's all about levels and working up the levels until that seems very affordable. For me, right now, these seem quite affordable. So I guess it's just perspective. But what I want to do now is just flip it on its head and go, okay, if I was to buy one of these, what would it look like if I was to do it with property? And how many properties would I need to own? And maybe have a look at my portfolio and what I could afford looking at this. So let's wipe it off and get to that. So guys, I'm going to work this out 2 different ways, okay? First of all, I'm going to say, if our target, for example, was 2k a month, then actually this is quite a good, realistic target for a lot of people who might be trying to replace an average salary, which might be around 3k a month. So probably quite a nice exercise to do. If we consider that 2k a month would be £24,000 a year of net income, what we would need to do is work out exactly how much we would have to have invested, and then we can work out how we might do that. So if we were doing single lets and we were achieving 10% ROI, we would need to invest 240k. And that would probably buy us, you know, 5-6 properties in the Northamptonshire area where I invest a lot, or maybe a few more in Sheffield. And at 75% LTV, that might buy me 3 or 4 or 5 Northamptonshire-based properties, maybe 5 or 6 Sheffield-based properties, and that would generate somewhere net of around £24,000 a year. Now, if we were managed to do mini HMOs, and let's say, for example, we were able to average somewhere in the region of 20% ROI, and we always say 15 to 25% on a HMO, absolutely fantastic. So 20% would be really, really good. 20% would mean that we would only need 120k invested. And this really is the principle behind investing completely, because 2k a month, you would need to invest £120,000, and that car to purchase outright was 200k. So if you did either of these 2 options, you would then have that car in perpetuity as it depreciated. So this is the reason that it's so important to invest to buy those assets. Let me use my Didcot property that I've most recently done, which is a 5-bedroom HMO. So we take my Didcot property that I did most recently as a real life example. I purchased that for 275,000, and I'm just going to give you rough figures. The deposit would have been around 68 off the top of my head. The stamp duty about 10, the legals about 2, the renovation was, I think, about 40 in the end, and the revalue gave me back 24k. So I'm just going to net all of this off in a second. I think that's about all the fees. So it's about 120k in exactly. Got back 24, which means that I had 96,000 left in. With 96,000 left in, we are generating a net of 1,500 per month. And that's a gross of 3,000 per month. So you can see on that as an ROI calculator. Nick, can you just do me an ROI of, do 18k divided by 96. Do 18 divided by 96 times by 100. And it should come out at 18.75. So that deal with this money in, this net, 18k, it comes in at, what did you say, Nick? 18.75. 18.75% ROI on a HMO. So bang in that 15 to 25% sort of range. As I said, I think the value's higher. I think we got a little bit less back than we'd have liked to. But ultimately, that in perpetuity could fund, what was the first car? It was a Hurricane, wasn't it? The Hurricane. It would be £1,500. Now, I understand there's tax and all the rest to take into consideration, but I just want to give you the principles in this video, and hopefully I have. I've kind of lived my life like this. Everything that I've bought that's a luxury, I've used my investment income to pay for. Everything that's a necessity, I pay for that out of my salary or any earned income. Everything else goes into investments, and after that, the investment money, that can be paid for any luxuries. And 10 years on, that's really starting to pay dividends now. But guys, let me know what you think of the video. Let me know the principles. What do you think about owning a supercar? Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea? I know I haven't taken into consideration insurance, maintenance. I know these things depreciate, but in principle, what do you think? Get the houses, buy your toys, enjoy your life. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you soon.